So, last year is not like other asymmetrical horror games. This is a game about decision making in really tense situations, whereas other asymmetrical games are more of like an obstacle course or a formula or something like that. As a new player though, this can be pretty intimidating, the learning curve feels pretty daunting, and you're probably asking yourself these questions right here. But you probably also want to know how to make big plays, how to get in exciting situations like this, where you take a 3-man escape and you turn it into a 4-man escape. And I'm going to tell you, you're not going to be able to do this stuff right off the bat because there's so many little things that you need to understand, including why I ran to that corner like I did. Let's watch the whole thing from the start and I'll explain every single decision as we go and answer these questions while doing that. So right off the bat here, you're going to notice that everybody has sort of split up and went in different directions, myself included. I'm going off by myself. Immediately, I'm going to start managing my stamina though, because if the fiend shows up, I want to make sure I've got a mostly full stamina bar so that I can run and make it to my teammates, or make it to a door since I'm a technician and then barricade myself behind a door. You always want to make sure that you have a way to escape or a way to get safe. Now, I like to go to the objective and collect scrap around the objective just to put pressure on the fiend, to tell them, hey, you need to keep an eye on the objective. This takes pressure off of my teammates, allowing them to scrap, and as long as I play this really safe, I'm usually okay. In this particular match, my teammates are able to distract the fiend. So rather than any specific item, it's really distraction was the tool of choice here. But people still went ahead and got a few things that they felt like they needed to deal with the fiend. You're going to see that the assault, for example, has crafted a helmet so that they can, be a little bit tankier on the front line, get a, an extra hit or two in. I've not crafted anything yet, but I really like to utilize the pills. So I've got enough scrap to craft some pills, and if I can collect a little bit more along the way, then I'll have enough to craft 2 pills, which means I might be able to pass some on to a teammate or, just whatever. Now, it looks like my team is just doing a really good job of distracting the fiend, so I'm able to slip in here and just get the freest objective ever. Now, I say freest objective ever, somebody might die, but having a death or two while getting an objective is expected and worth it. This is a good opportunity to talk about decision making, because I keep talking about how last year is this game about decision making, right? Well, let's look at the current situation right here. I've got a teammate that's triggered a gas trap. So the first thing I do is I run up here and I make sure I've got eyes so that the fiend can't spawn in and attack him. Just little things like that where you watch out for your teammates and maybe get their back. Just remember to not overcommit to a fight. When you fight the fiends, you're always going to be skirmishing, doing a lot of hit and run. You really don't want to just suicide into the fiend, because that is a really easy way to just hand them several kills. This blowtorch run is identical to the first one. My teammates distract the fiend and I get a free objective. So let's skip ahead. So I'm saving a teammate from a closet. I'm alone at this point, and this goes back to the other question, when do you fight? Certainly not when you're alone. I started the save, but I thought I heard the fiend, so I immediately quit and ran away. I made sure that the fiend wasn't near me, and then I decided to go ahead and barricade the door just to take an extra precaution, and that even got the pills for another precaution. So this is the other half of when do you fight the fiend? Only when you have to. Now here I got caught out, so my goal, run away. Which I'm glad I picked up those pills because they're going to come in really handy right here. Once I get away, my teammates do start showing up, they're helping me out, and we do have an objective here that we need to start, and we do need to get a save. So there are a lot of things that we're going to kind of have to deal with. As far as the fight goes, this is a great example of how to fight. Nobody tries to go toe-to-toe with the fiend. Everybody takes hits, and when they start getting focused, they run away, and people who were getting focused will turn around and come back in and fight. So you're constantly hitting and running and trying to prevent the fiend from focusing any one person. If you do that, it's pretty easy to beat down some of the weaker fiends like Strangler and Spider. This brings us to our last two questions. What items do I craft? And which class is the most new player friendly? Let's start with the new player friendly question. This is easy. Honestly, all of the classes are pretty new player friendly. So I would say pick out one that you think looks neat or fun. They've all got things that are friendly for new players. They've all got things that are hard to do for new players. And at the end of the day, I think it really just comes down to personal preference. Now, let's say you pick out a class and you want to know what the go-to crafting items are. For the medic, it's the pipe bomb. For the assault, it's the football helmet. For the technician, it's the pills, and for the scout, it's the shotgun. These are items that you can craft and will just always be useful. The other craftables the classes have access to are also useful, but they're a little bit more niche and require a little bit more game knowledge to use, especially the shocker, the thing that looks like a taser, but is actually some kind of neuralizer thing. What it does is it resets the killer's cooldowns. So for example, if you shock the giant, he can still punch you all he wants, but he can't pick you up and throw you because that's an ability. I've got a bonus tip for you. If you ever find yourself in a situation where you're about to go down to just 2 classmates being alive, split up and have each classmate go to a different closet to save. This ensures that the fiend cannot stop both of you, and if you wait a little bit, if the fiend is about to kill the other player, wait and let the fiend score that kill before you open your closet, because if you're the last player alive, when you open a closet, you'll actually save 2 classmates at once. So now we're back where we started, at the very end of the round. We're getting ready to push the final objective. As you can see, I'm making my way to the objective. I'm collecting scrap on the way, and I'm trying to make sure that I stay safe. I see something up here. I go to take a look. It's the giant. I actually thought it was a classmate for a second, so I was a little startled, but here we go. The team has showed up and we start pushing this together. You're going to see some skirmishing. You're going to see where we help each other out, but you do see some kills as well. But as I said, trading a kill to get an objective secured is worth it, but this isn't one of those times because we overcommit and the giant player does a really good job of punishing us for it. I am, however, really proud of this one play as the giant grabs my teammate and then opens the door to chuck him off the balcony. I managed to shut the door just in time to prevent it and then barricade it shut so that he can't open the door again. But like I said, we overcommit to this and get punished pretty hard. We get down to where we have only 2 classmates alive, which is a situation I talked about earlier. It ends up making for a pretty exciting conclusion to the end of the game. I'm gonna quit talking and just let you see how things play out.
I hear you. I'm coming in.
Thanks. I really owe you. You're a real friend. Now I can probably make something good. I'll get you out. Give me a sec.
Thank you. For real.
Come on out. It's still super scary out here. Hi, I'm at the door. One sec.
You. Thought I was stuck in there.
Oh my gosh!
Oh, not bad, not bad. I think I can build something.
Witness, friends, a genius at work.
Every little bit helps. Close. Keep it.
Putting this down here. Gotta block the door here. Never know when it'll come in handy. Now I can probably make something good. This is just what I need. Now I'm dangerous. Return.
I got shit on me.
See, I'm not a loser. You are. That's the way. Let's go. I'm here. Friends. Leave friends behind.
What you guys do?
Come on out. It's still super scary out here. Hey, we need to really leave. Oh, please, please, please. Let's get out.